guys, happy July. Let's start it off good with Tuesday Talk. Let's go. Welcome back to Tuesday Talk, where we talk on Tuesdays pretty much about anything. Today's talk is about contentment, gratitude, and just pretty much the season I'm in. This is honestly like my mid-year recap. 2024 has honestly been amazing. Like, it has taken me 6 to 7 months to fully grasp the concept that it has truly been this good. When you're in the moment, you know it's good, but it's not until you have like summer break and days to sit at home and you just reflect on all that's happened. And sometimes you have certain moments where it is a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, like as a whole, I'm over here chilling. Like, that's really where it's at for me. Y'all knew I left 2023 and came into 2024 knowing that I wanted this year to be a year where life feels like life again. And I'm not saying like that it had to be perfect, but just a year where nothing major that's heartbreaking happens. I feel like I've climbed enough mountains back to back in an 8-year span of time, especially in my childhood. And I just wanted 2024 to be the year where I get me back and get back to me like I always wanted to, because I was forced to grow up so fast. Survival skills after a hurricane, just weeks after being made aware of a scoliosis diagnosis, 2 losses of very important people that you've watched over the course of time, several months, like lose themselves until they died. Then me having a major surgery, which was emotionally, physically, and mentally draining. Then a pandemic, which was a chaotic time, especially as a student. Then, extended family issues, which is why my unbiological family is in my life now, filling that void and is very, very supportive and, a heavy influence in my life. So, after all of this, 2024 is honestly recovery year, and that's exactly how it has been from the start. I am in such a place of happiness, joy, and contentment. I am really loving all aspects of my life that make up, who I am and what I do, and beyond all of that. In 2024, I have been able to spend so much more time with family and friends, including my godparents. Just those Sunday dinners after church with them and just staying at their house. And those times are just very special to me, and they've been happening like a lot more frequently this year, and I have loved every second of it. It's just my parents and I now, because I don't have grandparents, so I don't get to go to Pop and Meemaw's house anymore. So the time with the godparents like gives me that change of scenery and the chance to hear some other like different noise and my name not being called like 50 million times. So I do love the balance. I love my parents, but they are definitely extremely busy with ministry and other things like that, because that is their full-time job. But when we do spend time with each other for Sunday dinners at home or in a restaurant, or lunch dates throughout the week, or shopping sprees, Target runs, it's definitely fun. Getting to be a family and be human, especially because like their job is to care for other people, lead other people spiritually, do for others, just be an authority. But I love watching my parents be human, especially my dad. He goes to the gym like 5 to 6 days of the week because that's his therapy, his time with God, and also his self-care. He is literally the healthiest man ever. I will have to say my mom does have a harder time being in the moment because she always has to tackle the next project, the next job, the next big thing. She's more of a multitasker, so it's kind of complicated with her because I feel like she's in the future while I'm in the present. So currently navigating summer break and having a working mom. 2024 has been the year of family vacations. I love family vacation with my best friends who are my siblings and my parents combined. That combination, like my siblings and my parents, oh, spring break was so much fun, and I would honestly do it all over again. The way that we hit the beach literally every single day in Destin was just us being Florida kids. I honestly have always loved growing up in Florida, and we are going on another vacation together next week, actually. I feel like I'm dreaming. It's like after so many years of setback, heartbreak, and just doing the best I could in the situations that I was in with life's obstacles, you just really become grateful for these safe places and safe spaces and opportunities to thrive. Yo, when I say I never would have imagined having the best friends that I do now, they literally came out of nowhere. Like, these were two people that I didn't grow up with, but it wasn't until we got to high school. We just so happened to choose to go to the same high school, talk to each other just so perfectly at the right time. And who knew that like this would be the result of a friendship that we started back at the beginning, like freshman year. And they are the most amazing best friends to the point where I trust them with my life, which is why I call them my siblings. We met, like I said, in school, but when you look inside of our bond and how we vibe, it goes far beyond school. And I will be honest to the point where I'll say this, they are the only two people I've met and become friends with like in a while that I feel like we got something I never want to let go of because this is genuine. Like a couple weeks ago, I was looking through pictures taken that were just, of course, sitting in my camera roll. And I get to these pictures with my siblings and I just start bawling. And it's not because anything's wrong. It's just because you're looking at more than just a picture. You're looking at a bond, a connection, this security, and just all of the moments spent together and memories that just flood through your mind. And it hits me that this is the life that I dreamed of, that I get to live now. Like, that is so amazing. One thing I love about my besties is that they love me for me. Yes, I'm a church girl, pastor's kid, media director at church, a musician, a singer, a student, etc. But when it comes down to the introverted me, sometimes the broken me, like just the me that like everybody does not have access to, that's really where their heart is. And they were more so like attached to who I am, like the version of me that everybody can't get. And I love the things I've learned from my siblings. I am the oldest out of us three, but the simple things of life that I learned from them is just so good. And sometimes I already know it, but I just have to be reminded. And they're the ones who have provided me with a space to just be me with everything that I've had going on. Like, they let me bring that with me too, because they're here for the journey. And I have been able to let my guard down with them because they have proven themselves to just be who they say they are from day one. And they remind me to just be present in the moment, enjoy myself, like remember to relax and not always overthink. And especially when you come through so much heartbreak and trauma that seems impossible to do, but they have definitely helped me with that. I also love our ability to effortlessly go back and forth between being best friends and then being siblings, because there is a huge difference. And sometimes, more like 98% of the time, we are both best friends and siblings at the same time. And then don't get me started with church, y'all. I've always been a church girl, as you guys know. I started my ministry journey officially 7.5 years ago. In a couple weeks, it will be officially 8 years. But church has always stuck with me. My love for God is honestly through the roof. I have not served in any capacity because it was forced. Like I felt forced to do it. I did it because it was God-given and it was instructed by God to do. And it's been my desire and always will be my desire to do God's will. But I wake up on Sunday mornings and I instantly feel amazing because it's church day. And I know God is everywhere, and it has been argued by many people that you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. I mean, yeah, because we were doing church at home for like 1.5 years across the world in a pandemic. But for me, like now that we're back out in community, I wouldn't like to forsake the assembly. If you know, you know. I'm a very congregational person, but also extremely introverted, which is crazy. But I walk into church immediately and I'm like, okay, let's get it started. Because, I love what I do. Being media director is fun and it's heartwarming. And this is church and ministry life that I'm talking about now. Like, even though since being in ministry, I'm working during the service and I don't sit like in the rows of seats like everybody else, I get to see things from a different perspective when I'm sitting behind literally every single person in that church. I love the connection between the congregation and the moment of what's happening, like in the room. Specifically, a couple weeks ago in church, the Sunday before Father's Day, my dad preached this amazing, incredible word. And just watching the congregation take it all in and interact, like, I love those moments. Like, and of course I love praise and worship too. And my experience every Sunday in church is like just what I need for the week to be with other like-minded people, be encouraged and worship God together. And I love church, but I also love when I'm home and I do devotion and worship in my room at home. Like, that's really where it's at for me. And that's what we're supposed to do anyway, because our relationship with God is not a one-sided thing or a one-day thing either, just like Sundays. But I enjoy doing devotion and taking notes and also being in God's presence. Like, that for me, no brainer. And I love being a part of two churches because I love my church because it's where I serve and where I put in work and I enjoy it. But then I also have House of Hope Atlanta I watch every week, and that's my time to like enjoy church like I would at mine if I was like in the seats with everybody else. And I can take notes from Pastor Smith's sermons. I do the same for Bible study. So I get the best of both worlds, serving in church and then enjoying, a church service. I am grateful for the simplicity of life itself. Like, nothing extra, nothing big, just moments, memories, time spent building bonds. It does not take a lot for me to be happy and content. The simplicity is really where it's at for me. Like, these past few weeks, I've been at home, like more than I've been outside. I just enjoy, a quiet house, sometimes watching TV and watching my favorite cartoons from childhood that I have not had time to watch in a long time because I've been in school and then sleeping in. And so then when I do have my times, where I get outside in the Florida heat, and I want to be outside and different things like that, I'll have my time to, explore, enjoy myself and, enjoy the sun, go shopping, go out to eat, go to the beach, hang with friends, just enjoy life and be in some sort of noise for just a little bit. And even when school was in session, I didn't have to be doing stuff every weekend with somebody because I can go get my hair done on a Saturday morning, come back home, watch TV, sit on the couch until I go to my room and go to sleep, and then wake up and get ready for church in the morning. Like, I love that I can be happy either way because I'm good. One thing about me is that I strive to be grateful and happy, and I find good things in everything. And that's very, very helpful for me, especially coming out of an 8-year span of life where things kept getting worse and you need an escape from that. So another thing y'all know about me is that I love to chill. And there were definitely seasons of my life where I could not chill at all, physically and mentally, especially when I was in the earlier part or beginning of the scoliosis journey. Because before surgery, I was hurting every day, taking pain medication every single day. And of course, you take the pain medication and it only alleviates some of the pain. And then of course, when you get in the routine of taking pain medication, it changes you mentally. And with this pain, it hurt to do life. It hurt to be a human. It hurt to sit up, walk, stand, do anything because your spine is curved. And I wanted to move because I was uncomfortable, but I couldn't because the pain was so pounding. And so now sitting on the couch and laying in bed, it's not as hard and difficult because it has been 5 years, but there's still moments where I have muscle spasms and, nerve issues that makes me move uncontrollably sometimes, but it's nothing compared to how it was before. I enjoy sitting on the couch or laying in bed peacefully so that I can be present in my self-care time. I truly love life right now. I will say with Papa being gone for a year and 3.5 months, I never would have imagined life to still be as good as it is now. Like, of course, I still terribly miss my Pop, and I have to say that is the only missing piece of life because everything else is just so good. But I think he'd be proud to see me find my way, especially in life after loss. And it doesn't mean that I'm done finding my way, but you know, because life is a journey. But where I'm at right now feels very, very secure. As a whole, this joy has been indescribable. I have literally had a starstruck, awestruck moment just about every single day. I'm grateful for this life. I'm grateful for the people that I get to do life with and all the opportunities that I've been afforded, both big and small. You really could not ever tell me that God is not good. This is how I'm doing halfway into 2024. I will stay here as long as I possibly can. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you for 4th of July.